Right, it's the final third. It's the final in this 3-game series of this ODI against Australia. And if you haven't watched last episode, please do check it out. And please do check it out if you want to watch some appalling batting. Yeah, I really didn't do myself too proud in that game. I just like capitulated and wasn't able to take any wickets in those 2 games or able to score very many runs. So I haven't really provided too much value to the team so far in this series. And so this is kind of our redemption tour. If you haven't watched it and you don't want to know the results, now is spoiler alert. We lost the first game by a huge margin. Bukowski and Jordan Silk getting huge scores. And then the second game, we lost by only 2 runs. I think for the first time in this series, we've actually won the toss here. So I wonder what Jason Roy will decide to do. Hopefully he bats, and he does bat. That's what I would like to do. Hopefully we get a bit of time at the crease to try and see if we can do anything. Because, I need a bit of redemption for myself more than anything else. After those last couple of games. Our average is something appalling now in one day. Something like, I think it's probably like 10. Something crazy like that. We're going to need to put out a top performance here. As I was right, our average has come down to 10 in ODIs. So that shows just the dire state of our form in ODI cricket. But we come in with about 15 overs to go. And we're 180 for 3. So probably, I'd say maybe a little under where we'd want to be. But Mitchell Stark here bowling his last ball of the inning. So we just got to see him out. As I thought about a single, but didn't want a chance in there because it was quite straight to the fielder. But we have seen Mitchell Stark out. He's caused us a few problems in the past, so good to see him out of the attack. But Jai Richardson, it's quite tough to say, Jai Richardson. It's a difficult name to. As we slash the ball there. Had that gone any side of that third man fielder, I think it probably would have gone to the boundary. But fielder was placed pretty well. And then move ourselves on to 2 from 3. So just give ourselves a couple of balls to get acclimatized. So Riley Meredith is in for his final over. So it'll be good to. I think we'll just need to see this over out. Riley Meredith has caused us a few problems. He's a quick express bowler. And there he goes. Well, that's we got a single, and Dowd took the rest of the over. So there we go. Meredith seen off. Starks seen off as we pierced the ball there through the offside, but just for a single out to the sweeper out there on the offside. But yeah, so we've seen off 2 of the most express bowlers in the Australian team. Just Pat Cummins left, and they got turned to a bit of Marcus Stoinis, who's still hanging around. Just flick the ball there. Could we get a 2? And we're going to try. Yeah, and we do get there quite easily. It was a poor throw in. So good little run from us. So we moved to 7 off 7, which probably, I don't know, I can't remember from the last episode, but probably our highest score of the series. As we just chuck in the dive there. Wasn't sure where the ball went. So just had to be a bit careful.
Change of bowling.
Tried to pierce the gap there. No. Oof, that was very close. It was a direct hit by the fielder. That dive was definitely needed by me. And Field's gone very defensive here for the last 10 overs. Dowd's moved himself to 39 off 39. And Field's gone very defensive onto the onside. It's probably my favourite area to score. So there's probably some quick singles there, maybe even 2s. If we nudge the ball there well into the onside. So we'll just try and open up the offside if we can. See if. That ball was just a little too wide. I think we stepped away just a little too much. And this will be a night. This will be interesting, fun little game of. Come on! I even pressed L1 there to try and ground the ball, but just tried to play it on the up. And, well, at least we beat our average, right? At least we beat our average. I'm just trying to pluck out any positives I can. As the ball just goes straight into the hands of Pat Cummins. And we go for 11. So, again, like, it's so hard to explain, like, why I just can't perform in these 1 days. Like, mate, and as I said in the last last episode, I haven't actually played the game for too long. So I'm pretty rusty at the game. That may have something to do with it. So we'll see how we perform in the test games, the test series we have against Pakistan. But we did post 304, so we definitely posted a respectable score, even though my 11 runs didn't contribute too well to that. But yeah, we find ourselves bowling here in the 11th over. Got a pretty attacking field that the captain's given us. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with him. It's gone to a balanced field, but I might move to a defensive field. We are, a spinner bowling in the 12th over. But we move to an interesting field here, just a ring of fielders around the circles, trying to just stop the singles. So if they're able to beat the gaps, it's almost certainly a boundary. So it's a strange field to play, as Jordan Silk takes advantage there. Yeah, it's kind of the disadvantage with that field. You can flick it over the infield, and should you do that, it's pretty simple. So Lehman and Silk are in. Pekovsky's gone, and they're 73 after 13. So yeah, that's a decent start. Their run rate is 5.62, so they're a little bit short, but don't think they'll be worrying too much. Taking the Shane Warne statistic of adding 2 more wickets to the scorecard, then you'll really be able to tell who's winning. I think if we went 73 for 3, I think we'd be the ones in the driving seat. But we've seen in the previous games, Jordan Silk has taken the game away from us in the past. So he definitely has that in him. So we'll have to be cautious of that. We've been bowling pretty consistently so far. This field hasn't let them... They haven't really attacked this field as much, and we're kind of starving them of strike. Lehman just seems to be eating up the balls here. He's 38 or 52. Hasn't been able to beat the infield. We're able to just really crank up the pressure here against Lehman. As we just drop a ball a little too short. Thought I'd try to mix it up, and all that pressure we built, it just all released with that. Just took a step back and then creamed us through the onside. Catch that! Oh! Well, how's that gone past the slip then? The slip even kind of took a couple steps back. And Lehman brings up the 50 partnership with that shot. And yeah, all that pressure that we were building over those past 2 overs just completely disappears with those 2 boundaries. And Adil Ali with some more spin. And yeah, what was pretty good over? What was a pretty good over for us ended up being not so good, as Lehman hits a 6 and then a 4 off us. So kind of showing us why he's the boss, as he moves pretty close to his half century. Honestly, right now, I'd probably rather play in this Australian team. They seem to be batting like really consistently. It doesn't look like anyone beyond the top 3 or 4 is really getting a chance to bat. So if you're part of that top 4, you're going to be a shoo-in to get a good few overs. Catch that! Oh, as Lehman pierces the gap, but I think that will be his half century there. And he is there, 51 off 61 balls it is. So we'll just, yeah, I think we just got to make sure we don't get the ball too full. I think if we get the ball too full, I think you can easily just smash us over either the onside or the offside. So we just have to drop the ball short when we can. We haven't been able to pick up too many wickets. Will that sneak through? They run for the 2. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, direct hit would have done it. Direct hit would have done it. And yeah, just unfortunately couldn't get the Ooh. So we beat Jordan Silk there outside his bat. That was a very good ball. Oh, as we beat him again. But the ball's just slid down past the leg stump. What a fantastic ball. 2 balls from us there. Wow, those were amazing. Could have easily got Jordan Silk on either of those balls. But he still stands. We are playing with a slip still, which is very aggressive of us. We've got a pretty big score on the board. So, you know, we shouldn't be... We do have the ability to be aggressive, but having a slip, you know, in the 20th over is quite ambitious. So as is the case, we often get taken out of the attack and then get boarded in. Oh, did he catch that? Oof, it did bounce. Yeah, as is the case, we kind of bowl a couple of overs and then we get taken out. This time we bowled 5 overs in that first spell. And we're now brought in again in the 40th over. I can't believe I didn't field that. Would have easily stopped a single. We'll try and break the wickets just to be sure. Oh, that's definitely a catch. There we go. We get the big wicket of Jordan Silk. And we might not have redeemed anything with the bat, but we have got a big wicket here in this 3rd game. Jordan Silk, fuck you, I won't bother reviewing that one, mate. That was clear as day as he gets the nick. In our last over, we actually beat him twice. And this time we do get the outside edge and he's gone for 75. So finally we do something good in this series and bring Tom Andrews to the crease. And Australia need 92 from 63, so we can probably expect some fireworks from them over the next coming overs. But we've got a couple of balls here to bowl at Andrews. So hopefully we can kind of starve them a bit of strike and put even more pressure on the Australians than already is there. So he just works the ball there nicely onto the onside. Thought about a 2, but it would just be a single to finish off the over. So a big wicket in that over. Jordan Silk gone. So they are going to continue with us. We're going to go death overs on the field, just because we want to make sure we're not the ones that give them the confidence. Oh, and there we go. What a beautiful ball there. Pushed into Andrews. Tried to kind of uppercut us away. And the ball there just takes out the top of off stump. And yeah, it looks like we seem to be redeeming ourselves here with the ball. Not my specialty, but we seem to be much more value to England with the ball than with the bat at the moment. And that brings Marcus Stoinis to the crease. Oh, and again, that shot is very deceptive. Even when there's a 3rd man there, maybe the 3rd man just isn't fine enough. But keeper could even be diving to the right there just to stop that. Is that an LBW? Probably not a bad shout. It's probably not going to be out, but I think we're going to challenge it. You know, why not? We're in a decent position, and should we pick up a wicket here, it would be huge. I don't think it is. I think it might have not been straightening up as much as it needs to have. Or maybe it's gone a bit high as well. It's kind of hit him in the chest area, but he has gone down to sweep. I think the ball did pitch in line as well, so don't think it got any bat. Yeah, I don't think it got any bat. I guess maybe it's just height that's going to cost it here. It looks like it did come off his forearm first, maybe. Don't know whether it counts off the first piece of contact. As he tries the sweep, misses the ball. Don't think there's anything on the bat there. Does hit him on the forearm though. Maybe the forearm was outside the line of the wickets. Will be interesting to see. And it's gone out. It said not out. Are they saying it hit the bat? Well, let's have a look at this on Big Eye. See if they said it hit the bat. So I definitely don't think it hit the bat. Pitched in line. Well, that wasn't the ball. The ball didn't do that. It said it hit the bat. I don't think it hit the bat. I think I got screwed by the game there. Catch that. Yeah, no, not sure that was the... Didn't think it was that off. So we're brought back in the 44th over, and they need a huge 70 from the last 7 overs. So it's gonna take a big total from them. And Whiteman gets them off to a pretty good start there with a 4. So we might have to move to a slightly more defensive field. Just to make sure that we don't concede too many runs and even give them a sniff. Can't really give them a sniff at all. You know, this Australian team are pretty ruthless, even if it is the lower order. And we'll need to be super on it, making sure we're not giving them any chances. Oh, how's that? We did waste a challenge earlier. That's probably not a bad shout. Let's check it on bigger. I might have just been going, going straight on a bit and just going outside the off stump. Yeah, it just didn't straighten up enough, but not a bad shout there. Just getting Riley Meredith a bit concerned, but he does pick up a single and get Whiteman onto strike, so we'll have to be careful here.
204.
And there we go. We do win it. We only win by 5 runs though. And Riley Meredith went on to get 32 from 19. So he went on to smash a huge score there. Whiteman actually getting out for 42. But we picked up some big wickets for our team there. We picked up 2. Kieran picking up 3 as well. And Buckley picking up 2 as well. So not bad from us at all. 2 for 32. Pretty good innings. Yeah, just as has been the case in this series, haven't really performed with a bat. And Blake Kieran does pick up man of the match for his 3 for 50. Did he get a chance to bat? No, he didn't. Which is kind of strange. We got 2 for 32. I probably got better figures than him, apart from in the wickets column. But yeah, well, fair play to Blake Kieran. At least we managed to salvage something in this last game. We'd been pretty poor this series, so at least we end with a 2-1. I kind of just want to skip the Australian celebrations. I do not want to watch them celebrate in England after winning a series, even if it is just an ODI series. But yeah, well, next episode, guys, we're going to be going into the test game against Pakistan. I might actually play the first game offline just to get my confidence back, to make sure that I produce the best content for you guys watching. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of very average series against Australia. Make sure I do my best in the future. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you on another one.